lot of people have asked me a couple questions on what I ride and what conditions and why I ride them and stuff like that. Been searching some stuff on YouTube and haven't seen a lot of people talking about their equipment. And you know, I just want to go real quick through my equipment, why I ride it, and what conditions and stuff like that, and my weight and stuff. I'm about between 153 and 155 within a normal week. Small wave board. This is a 5'8", but with rocker it's a little smaller than that. It's pretty thin, about 2 inches thick. Parabolic stringers, which means the stringers are on the outside. It's a single concave going into V out the tail for release. It is a twin fin. For small waves, I prefer twin fin. A lot of people, and in a normal, people that surf probably shouldn't go with a twin fin for a progressive small wave board. This has a normal new school rail. It's not like a fish rail, it's a modern rail, just like your normal shortboard, so it can do a lot of things a normal shortboard can do. Really like this board. This board's really not in production. It's kind of like a one-off to try to make a small wave board in, you know, just make a custom small wave board to try different things. This board right here is my other fish I have. It's called a mod fish. One of my favorite boards I've ever ridden. It's a straight single concave going out to also V out the tail. Twin fins are pretty far back so you keep your drive. This also has a modern rail. The foil is pretty full all the way through. This board actually turned out really light. I'm pretty stoked on it. These boards work really, really well in small waves. On to a normal day, and what I usually ride is a 510 thruster. Some people ride quads, stuff like that. I go with the straight thruster. This also is a parabolic, as you can see. These other stringers in the middle are for the machine to cut it out first, the outline, and then gives the tail a little bit more rigidity also, but mainly for the machine to hold it. Parabolic rails, I think it's normal basswood also. It's not plywood or any other kind of synthetics, like there was some plastic PVC rails and stuff like that. They're getting a little weird noodling out of your boards. I could explain that in later videos, but just for a demonstration, this is a normal foil, basic single concave to the board with V out the tail. Some people ride single concaves, double concaves, or triple concaves you normally see. The depths in their concaves usually vary on where they put their foot and stuff like that, and where for drive. Rockers are usually pretty low. Lately I've been trying a little extra tail rocker out the back. This is a current board I'm riding, which I've been flipping back and forth between that one and this one, which is basically the same parabolic, just a hair thinner through the back where my back foot would start and around where the back fins would start. A little extra tail rocker at the back. It's also single concave, going with some V out the tail. Boards work really, really well. My boards are usually a little bit wider than normal people's short boards. People are in the 18s, like 18 and a quarter. My boards usually vary between 18 and a half and 18.6, which is a little wide for a 510, but I find out that these boards ride really, really well in a lot of different conditions. From there, I have a step up, which is, some people call it Traveler. So it's not really one step up, it's my Traveler board. It's a 6'1". These boards are pretty much narrower than my normal short board. Pretty thin, so you can still do progressive turns and stuff, but a little bit longer. My Traveler I currently ride is a parabolic also. and I believe this one is actually a triple concave. The triple I like on these boards because it feels like it has some V out the tail with the double coming through there. Also, if anyone has any questions or want to write any comments to talk about concaves and stuff, I'll be more than willing to talk about that. From there, I go to my 6.3, which is probably my true step up. I usually ride, I should go over this real quick, I usually ride fishes, you know, whenever I feel like having fun, you know, it's like a whole different mindset. Love riding them. Super fun boards. Can't believe I didn't get on fishes sooner than I did. Short boards will probably take me up to, personally, I probably go up to about double, depends on how much water is moving. Have a traveler, and then from there it depends on how much water is moving and currents and stuff and what break I'm surfing. A lot of people vary, a lot of people are going shorter nowadays. You know, double on a 510, my board's about 2.1, 2.15. It's pretty small, but you know, works pretty well for me. This is my stepper. It's a 6.3. This also is a triple concave, I believe. Let me take a quick look. It is. This is a straight stringer. Haven't had a chance to change this one out to a parabolic yet. We haven't tried too many on bigger boards just because the flex, how much it's really going to matter on a bigger board. After my 6.3, I have a 6.6. 6.6, all these boards, they probably, see what thickness this one is. This one says it is 18.45. So they go narrower than my short boards. Thicknesses vary. I tend to like my stepper the same thickness, or my traveler, I should say, my traveler the same thickness as my short boards. Try to get that same feel. It's going to have more volume because it's bigger, so I really don't mind having a thin traveler. My step up, usually thicker for sure, because there's going to be more water moving. You're going to want a little bit more paddle. This one's looks like it is 2.2, so still pretty thin. This would mainly be, hate to say a California gun, but you know, maybe bigger blacks or something like that, or maybe pipe or something like that, a hollower wave or hollower beach break. Since it is so thin, you know, you're probably not going to go at sunset with a board this thin. It's just not going to paddle very well. For the normal surfers, not counting the world tour guys because they're pretty crazy. And then my last board I have in my quiver is a 7.2 or a 7.0. I believe it's 7.0. Yes, 7.0. They still call this a semi-gun. Got this last year, waxed it up a couple times. Haven't rated it yet. Really couldn't tell you too much about it. I'm pretty excited to ride it though, but we will see. That's currently what I ride. At all times I have 3 or more short boards in my quiver. I have my step up, which I always have a backup for my step up. This is my backup. Only have 163, 166, 172. If you guys have any questions, you want to talk about fins, want to talk more about stringers, parabolic straight stringers, there's a ton of stuff to talk about. Rockers, what rockers I ride compared to what other people ride. We want to talk about rails. Rusty has a lot. If you go to the website, almost every single one of their boards has a different rail. I can grab any one of those boards and we could do like a little tabletop review on them to go through it and to see, you know, what they really like and their rockers and stuff. They don't do too many videos on it, but this is just a quick down and dirty talk about what I ride and what works for me.